Welcome to Turtle Wow News with Vrograg. I'm your news anchor orc, Vrograg Fishlayer, here to bring you all the server news for the week of January 9th, 2024. I am broadcasting from the hot jungles of Stranglethorn Vale in an attempt to try and warm up after being in Winter Vale for so long. I'm still a snowball target, so apologies if you have to see any of that happening again. News has been steady, but I'm always ready. I'm the orc, and here's the news. Today's top story is the quiet release of invitations for the Class Change Contributors Community Council. This initiative started all the way back in August 1st of last year when team members reached out to veteran and knowledgeable players on the server to help in designing class changes for future patches. It goes without saying that this summer was rather busy for the team with realm expansions, Chinese localizations, server queues, pushing out 2 content patches, so for a time this initiative was on the back burner. However, as of January 4th, chosen applicants were able to enter an exclusive workspace where designers and players are set to share their views on the future of class design, featuring a handful of players representing each playable class in the game. A promise made, even if long in the making, is still a promise kept. So about the council. I have been told multiple times and in varying ways that discourse happening within this council space is to remain confidential, and because of that, I can't confirm anyone who has made it in, save for myself. I'm not even sure if I can say what my involvement with the group is outside of being an observer. As a reporter, this is a little frustrating, but I understand and respect both team members and players who might want to avoid harassment or outside influence. However, now that the community at large is aware that this council is convening, albeit secretly, I would encourage players of any level to go into your own class channels and discuss with one another things that you might like to see fixed, added, removed, whatever. Likewise, I'll encourage those people representing classes to try and get the pulse of the community members not picked for the council and consider their ideas. Obviously, council members are not likely to out themselves, but they can easily take that chance to check the pulse of their own class community and perhaps get fresh new ideas to bring to the table when those discussions start. New exciting things are on the horizon for class design. You'll just have to trust me for now. And please know that I am advocating for as much transparency as possible when it is safe to do so, in order to empower the community better. Next top story comes right from the floating eyeball himself. The PR department of Turtle Wow, Acalix, has released a fresh new RMT ban report. And to be honest, the GM team is pulling no punches. The report covers the previous 130 days of activity for both Nordinar and Telebim. Just 20 short of 1,000 cheaters of various stripes, 67 account sellers, and 3,200 accounts involved with Goldmine all had their accounts banned, and any ill-gotten goods removed. It's not just the bans, but apparently the team is reporting that after receiving and reviewing 1,100 appeals, only 5 RMT appeals were approved because they were inaccurate. Perhaps most surprising is that 100,000 illegitimate gold has been removed from the server, according to the report. While I cannot personally verify all of this information, I have been able to spend time with GMs as they go about their anti-RMT war, and can at least confirm that it is a big part of their job, and that they certainly do ban players who they find to be cheating. As always, I'd like to echo the sentiments of the final part of the post. Never support individuals that want to harm the server by cheating in-game or with real-world currency. Great job, GM team. Thanks for helping to keep the streets clean of those dastardly cheaters. That's it for top stories. Now let's check out the wins and fails this last week for the auction house with Market Watch. Welcome to the newly revamped Market Watch 2.0, covering more indexes and commodities than ever before. All our data is graciously provided to us by wowauctions.net. Make sure to visit their site to do all of your own auction house market research and investment due diligence. Now, on to the indexes. Enchanting recently came down from a big spike in value in late December and looks to have more room to fall soon. It seems as if Greater Eternal Essence is really exerting its influence on the Enchanting Index, while Dream Dust is steadily pushing it up, gaining just under 30% in 2 weeks. Fishing indexes look to continue their trend down, losing 16% in the last month, but have most recently seen a resurgence. Although Stonescale eels have been only falling in value slightly, this trend is much better shown through winter squid, which lost 1/5 of its value in the last 2 weeks. Herbalism continues to bounce up and down, but most recently is on an upward trajectory. Even with higher supply, Plague Bloom has been helping to push the market up, along with Blindweed, which is now double the price it was 2 weeks ago. Mining has continued to climb its way out of its Christmas slump, gaining nearly 50% on the index. Pushing this index is the hard-to-find Blue Sapphire, up 3 times its price 2 weeks ago, despite downward pressure from Dark Iron as of late. Skinning continues to show its historic volatility, but in the last few weeks is starting a more steady climb. Blue Dragonscale seem to have had a great week, quadrupling its price since Christmas. Even Devilsaur leather has had a noticeable uptick in recent days. Tailoring had a rough month, losing 12% on its index, and seems to be poised to go even lower soon. Some of this price drop could be attributed to Felcloth losing about half a gold, but Mageweave has been bucking that trend, gaining 25% value in as much time. We've been tracking the ZG farmers getting coins and bijous for raiders, and honestly, it looks like supply has been steadily outpacing demand as the index fell 20% this month, though the price does seem to be stabilizing. Over at the SNV7, there is a resurgence on the index since late December. Though this month the value is down, the index is pretty high historically speaking, however. No doubt, some of the recent strength comes from large brilliant shards doing quite well at the tail end of the month, even though Cured Rugged Hide continues to slump. That is all the time we have for Market Watch. We hope you found this informative and helpful in your future investments. Remember to keep an eye on your coin or someone else will do it for you. Back to the news. Let's take a look at the changelog from January 3rd and see what new things were fixed with another rapid-fire changelog roundup. Though only a few days remain on the Wintervale holiday event, the world boss Snowball has had a max leash range to prevent various levels of griefing with the Angry Snow Dog. Evidently, there was a bug that allowed classes other than mages to learn Polymorph Cow, which has now been corrected. Congratulations to whoever had that for any amount of time. The quest in Tel Abyb, the location not the server, called Intercepting Wave Crests, required 20 wave crest scales for turn-in, and now those items will be dropped party-wide. The much-loved Garden Shovel quest reward item now finally has a sell price for when your hardcore toon outgrows its usefulness. The ever-buggy Moros fight in Lower Karazhan now has a new fix that is guaranteed to work. It's only one phase now. However, be careful because now he pulls right after a player finishes the interactive dialogue with him. Those carrying the flag in Warsong Gulch will find that they no longer can be the target of Blessing of Protection or Divine Intervention. Good luck, Alliance. Noted Alliance extremist Marshal Reginald Windsor, an NPC required for the Alliance Onxyia attunement, will now tolerate Horde players in the same group as those Alliance players trying to complete the quest, instead of attacking and ruining the quest. And finally, the Black Shield quest chain leading into Dustwallow Marsh received some fixes that should allow the follow-up quest to be taken. That concludes the changelog roundup. A new changelog is soon to be released, so make sure to keep an eye out on the forums to see what new bug was fixed. Well, it's 2024, and the server was recently treated to a new patch, but some other useful add-ons also received some impactful updates that I thought I'd take a moment to bring to all of your attention, because is it really WoW if you don't have a dozen add-ons running? Of course, many are aware of the new PF UI update, a necessary change to fully support the new maps in-game. Shagu, the developer of one of the most frequently used raid frame add-ons for the community, is a friend of the show and does good work to keep his program up to date and compatible with all the new things in Turtle WoW. One new update vital for threat mechanics is Turtle WoW Threat. Turtle WoW News MVP Balake recently made a fork of the program that adds some new, much-needed functionality, namely showing a player's threat before they have acted against an enemy. I've also heard reports that it is now functioning better for classes that cause threat through channeled spells like Shadow Priests. So make sure to pick that up as well. The last add-on of note is Bigwigs, which has recent updates added by GitHub user MadScripting. Bigwigs is the de facto raid helper add-on for those groups battling Azeroth's greatest foes. The recent updates include notifications that a mage is making an orange table and a warlock is making a soul well, but let's not forget there are now notifications for the Emerald Sanctum raid. So if you're raiding, make sure to get the latest and the greatest. Remember too that all the most current and up-to-date information for any Turtle WoW compatible add-on can be found at the Turtle WoW fandom site, including a full listing of known working add-ons, as well as ways to manage add-ons and detailed installation instructions. I'll make sure to leave a link for viewers in the description of the video below to the fandom page, as well as all the previously mentioned important add-ons. Well, that's all the time we have for the news today. I'd like to thank you all for taking time to watch the news program. I hope you found the information useful. I will be streaming this weekend, now that I finally have one free from other holiday engagements. Expect a fish and chat this Saturday, noon Eastern Standard Time, 5 server time, where we may be discussing what type of event I should host next. Make sure to drop by. If you like this content and want more, make sure to like and subscribe. My comments, DMs, and emails are always open for feedback and constructive criticism. It's about time for me to head out. The mosquitoes here are eating me alive. I hope to see you all next time. Whatever you're doing, make sure to have fun, be safe, and as always, remember, the deadliest weapon is knowledge.